Hello everyone. I've just been recording this video for like 5 minutes and then I realised that the camera wasn't actually turned on, which is really stupid. Yeah, hello again. I'm making another vlog because I quite enjoy it. Somebody's just been revving a motorbike for about 5 hours outside, which is why I'm up so early on a Sunday as well. Yeah, I've made a plan of what to talk about today, so I don't get all tongue-tied. You know, I don't think it's going to help, but oh well. First things first, my new jacket, do you like it? I'm sort of in love with it a lot. It reminds me of Drive. I know it's nothing like the jacket from Drive, but I'm obsessed with Drive. As you've probably seen my poster, which is up there. You've probably seen that before in some of my photos. Yeah, and all I want to do is wear bomber jackets all the time. To be like Ryan Gosling. I won't start carrying a hammer around yet, but maybe one day. Secondly, I went shopping on Thursday because I wanted to find a gold chain, and I found this one in a charity shop, but that wasn't even the best thing I found. The best thing I found was this, which is a huge Goosebumps book, and it's got 3 stories in it, and you're supposed to tap here and his eyes are supposed to flash, but I think that's probably run out, and I don't think you can replace the battery or anything, so I won't try. But yeah, I'm so excited. I was never really into Goosebumps, the books, when I was little. I was more into the TV show. Well, I was really into Are You Afraid of the Dark, first and foremost. But I really loved point horror books, maybe because they were all about boyfriends and proms and stuff, and they were really scary. Well, there was one I read called Amnesia, which scared the shit out of me. Oh, I still can't even read it now. I mean, there's animal deaths and everything in it. But do they still have sort of like horror stories to children now? I know point horror's not going anymore, but yeah, maybe that was just a 90s thing about your prom boyfriend ending up being a serial killer or something. But I really like that. It really appeals to my sense of humour, I suppose. Yeah, I got this £1.80. Can't wait to read it. Yeah, I was going to read you a passage then, but I haven't had time to even read any of it. Oh, I'm so excited. Thirdly, I've got a few questions. I asked people to ask me questions, so I have something to blog about, and I've had 3 questions. 2 are from the same person. I can't remember their name, but I'll link to them maybe after this. She asked, what part of the UK am I from? I am from Cheltenham, which is in the southwest. It's about half an hour from Bristol, and it's about an hour away from Wales. About an hour and a half from Birmingham, so it's very west, and I have a West Country accent, which means I pronounce my R's and stuff. Yeah, it's a really nice part of the UK. Cheltenham's sort of thought of as very affluent as a town, but it's not all affluent. But if you tell anyone you're from Cheltenham, they automatically assume you're very posh, which I'm not. Cheltenham's famous for the races, the horse racing, which is going on next week, which means if you don't want to be accosted by drunk people, then you can't go into town for the next week, and all the prices of everything are jacked up, and it's awful. I can't wait till it's over. Have I ever travelled to the USA? I have relatives who live in Florida. I haven't been for a very long time. I've been twice to Florida, I went to not Disneyland Paris, Disneyland both times. Yeah, I don't really remember much about it, but I'm saving up to go again this year, because what other parts of the USA do I want to see apart from Disneyland? No. Yeah, I just really like Disneyland. So I'm going to go to Florida. If anyone can recommend any of the Disney hotels which are the best to stay in, that would be really good for me, because I'm having a hard time choosing. I'd love to go to San Francisco, and I'd love to go to pretty much all of California, and maybe New York. I'm not so good in big cities. Like, I don't really like London, but maybe I'll go there one day. The third question I was asked was from Ron Mayo on Tumblr, who is really funny, and they asked, how long is your tongue? I don't know how long my tongue is, because, you know, your tongue sort of goes down into your throat, doesn't it? But it got me thinking, how, imagine if like our tongues were as long as chameleon tongues, and I thought that would be a really good superhero, like Chameleon Man. So I might draw Chameleon Man soon, with his special power being his tongue being all sticky and sticking to diamond robbers, and also camouflaging himself. Yeah. Although, you know, they don't camouflage themselves very well. Like, when you're little and you're told a comedian can camouflage themselves, you're like, wow. But the illusion's shattered when you actually see him doing it, isn't it? Oh, and his eyes can look in different directions. Maybe he has cool goggles that look in different directions. Yeah. What was the question? How long is my tongue? I don't know. Probably. I don't know. What's the average size of a tongue? 10, 5, 6 inches? I don't know. I thought I'd do 3 random facts about me. Number 1, I share my name with a politician called Robin Cook as well, funnily enough. And he was a politician. He went up a mountain and died. And he had a very nice beard. He was ginger, and he had a beard, and his face looked a bit inside out. But yeah, he was cool, but it wasn't very good. Sometimes people still like laugh at me when some people are cultured enough to remember him, and they're like, ugh, it's not that great. But you know, sometimes in school it would come up, usually from teachers. Number 2, in my facts, I've worked in Bristol Zoo. I worked there for 1 day. I worked in the restaurant bit, and I served people jacket potatoes, but it was really cool. I got to know the special code to get in through the side gate, and also on my lunch break I got to chill out with the monkeys. Bristol Zoo's not the best zoo in the world. It's not got very many animals, and it's not very big, and the enclosures aren't that great, but I think they're sort of improving it a lot, and it's pretty cool to live in a city where you have a zoo in walking distance and you can go work at it. But I got shingles and I wasn't allowed to go back, and then after my shingles was done, I just couldn't bother to do it again. My third fact about me is that my favourite Disney film. My favourite Disney film is Robin Hood. It has been since I was little. I think I probably liked it when I was little because we shared the same name, and Robin Hood, the fox, is just the coolest person ever, isn't he? And yeah, so I was really proud of that when I was little. But if you've watched it recently, then you'll realise how funny it is, and it's so funny, and just the characters and everything about it is just the greatest. And it has the best Disney songs. Love by Nancy Adams. Insane. I love that song so much. I want it as my wedding song. It's in Fantastic Mr. Fox too. When I saw that in the cinema, and I was like losing my shit because they'd used it, and I was like, it's a homage. It's a homage to Robin Hood. Fox is singing Love by Nancy Adams. Yeah. On that note, I think that's all I have to say today. Yeah. I hope you all have a nice weekend, or had a nice weekend, and have a lovely lazy Sunday. Bye!